Continue our conversation with the legendary Sylvia Morrison. Before she rose to fame, performing across the world and being able to go on tour with legends like Whitney Houston, her journey actually starts right here in the nation's capital where she currently lives. So we want to get a better idea of just what made her impressions so good. Here's that conversation. What is it like for the first female African-American impressionist growing up in D.C.?
Well, I actually could hear things when I was like 5 years old. I could hear bumblebees. I knew when they were around. I could make the sounds of crickets, and I would go in the house at night and make those sounds, and my parents thought the crickets were actually in the house. Now, mind you, growing up, there were no platforms for me. There was nowhere to go. There were no comedy clubs. There were no stages that I could get on and show people that I could imitate other people. I'm studying you right now very hard, as a matter of fact. I'm listening very deeply. Because I do guys too. I do guys as well.
That is very scary to know that that's what's going on. I have to give a completely different energy than what I normally do to throw you off the scent. Now, what came first then? Your impersonations, or you seeing that that is actually a path to a life and deciding, you know what, I have all those skills. I've been kind of messing around with that on my own. Let me actually apply that.
Well, I actually started out singing. I was a singer first. And I started doing impressions of my neighbors and school people, my principal, teachers, and that bit. And I just loved it, Reese. I just loved it. I did.
Now, you did mention, you said you're studying me right now. Is it hard to turn that part of your brain off, or is that something you just allow your brain to collect all that information as you go through life?
Well, I think a person has to have certain characteristics that are different from others. And see, I know your voice is very clear. It's almost like and then your emotions. I watch people's hands. I watch their head, the way they turn them. I watch, for example, like Wendy Williams. She's like, oh my God, she's just always, how you doing? It's a whole picture. So I see you're like, your voice is so clear. It's going to be easy to do you. I can't do it right on the spot, but I'll listen to you long enough and I'll have you next time I see you.
Oh, I know they want me to ask you to do that, but
Oh, I know they want me to ask you to do that. See, I'm getting there with Reese.
That's scary. That's scary to think about another me walking around, getting in trouble. Got cops showing up at my house and I didn't even leave. Now that would be the downside, but on the positive side, it would be good not to have to do some of this voiceover work. Who is that in the open? Is it me? Is it Sylvia? You'll never know. By the way, we're just scratching the surface of our conversation with Sylvia. Coming up on Wednesday, hear about her life on tour with the great Whitney Houston and when Dionne Warwick wasn't happy with her impression. And by the way, she's also joined another amazing group of impersonators here in the area called the Constituents, who you've probably seen on our show before. They have a show coming up at the DC Improv on March 13th. Make sure you check it out.